to what's happening and what it can mean for our communities. So the bills that we're pushing today are they're in the House. There is a Senate bill. My understanding, and John could chime in, is the Senate bill hadn't been heard, and there was not a lot of movement on that yet. So the House bills are 387 and 388 that are in the House Natural Resources and Environment Committee. They will have a hearing tomorrow morning on both bills, a hearing of the full committee. And some attest that to the public response that they've been hearing that they do want to give that a full hearing. So calls are working. Our legislators are supportive. The legislators from Wayne County in that area are co-sponsors of these bills. So they are supportive of this legislation. So it's not that they're not with us on it, but it is a struggle because there's some confusion and it's being confused by lobbyists and by power companies. 387 is about dewatering. That again is if you're going to remove water from an existing coal ash pond, that it has to be tested and treated before it is released into a waterway, into a river. Okay, seems pretty basic, but it's not happening now.
So I just want to be sure about who we're supposed to contact today. That's all I want.
Today, if you can call Representative John Corbett, who is on that committee, and that's on that the sheet with the logo, the GIPL logo on top. All of his information are right there. So you call Representative Corbett, and if you don't live in Representative Corbett's district, call your representative.
I heard somebody mention Amy Carter a few minutes ago.
The Lowndes County landfill is actually in her district, yes.
But she's not on here though.
She's not on that committee.
Okay.
Right.
Corbett is the only local rep on that committee.
But we can
Well,
still
her
call
area,
her, right?
the other guy.
Yeah, but even if you're not in Corbett's district, I think it's fair enough to say, and you know the process better than I do, Gretchen, that I'm a constituent in Lowndes County. I'm adjacent to your district, and I'm very concerned. And
There are also
want you to move this legislation. You know.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
There are also several online petitions that are going to the Senate, the House of Representatives for the state of Georgia that you can sign. We have one. Who is the one that David Kyler was talking about?
That's coming out on the on somebody's email. How do we get?
Yeah, now that I brought it up.
I have your email. We can send you
Right,
links to those.
right.
I'd be glad to do that.
Right.
But the message, there are some talking points, but the main message right now is move these bills out of committee into the House floor. We want to vote on them.
You think we have the votes to pass it in the House?
I know. I really don't know. I mean, John and Gretchen may have a better sense of that, but I'm not up there, so I don't have a good sense of that. But
Well, I haven't been
we
there.
know that if it doesn't go to the floor, it's dead. So that's the next step to keep these bills alive for this session.
It's a Representative Johnson from Atlanta. Do you know what I'm talking of? And he's a
Hank Johnson. Is Hank?
Hank, right? And Hank had a bill last year, but the move was it didn't have a chance because it just didn't have a chance because he was against a Republican-run entity. So the bill's coming up again, I think. But the state, but we really need to focus, like you said, here with Corbett, with those people.
And 388 is a bill around develop. It would require a management plan, a special management plan, which would also, require public notice and would provide consistency in the location and the handling of CCR of coal ash across the state instead of just each landfill or waste company doing it their own way. So that's what those two bills are basically about. Basic safety measures that are not in place and that that are not legally binding. There is guidance, there are policies, there are recommendations, but we don't have laws that protect our water right now in our communities from coal ash.
Thank you. I've got to run, but y'all
Thank you so much for this space. We appreciate it. But questions for any of us who presented or any other comments before we wrap up? We started a little late, so I figured we'd go a little late if y'all could. Any questions for?
I have a question. I don't understand why it took so long to get this brought up. That's just like the pipeline.
Yeah.
It's very similar
Pipeline
to
was
the
through Georgia before I heard about
That
it.
we all have that right
Sorry.
to clean, pure.
Amen.
The simple answer
Yeah.
is, if it had been known to the public would object, so they did it as quietly as possible.
I understand, but it can't go on. You have a power plant in Lakeland, Florida, it's called a cogen. It burns medical waste,
Yep. Those incinerators will.
and that ash goes in the waterways.